S.edu.
The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, Degenerates. We are LA's top sports investors. I am one of your hosts, Rashard 90302. Alongside me, I got my guy Mike G.
What's good?
And our boy Jay Meso. Fellas.
Good afternoon. Good evening. What's the deal?
Fellas, it was a long weekend, a lot of upsets, a lot of shit that we did predict. All in all, what did we see? How was y'all gambling weekends first and foremost? How did y'all do? And also, what did y'all see?
Oh, man.
Man, you Vontae Davis in this? What's going on here?
Hey, my weekend was fucking great, dude. I can't lie, dude. I was on fire this weekend.
Smoking. Packing the bookie out, huh?
Hey, if you're following the page, you saw it, man. We were on fire since last Thursday, I want to say.
Definitely on fire.
But, yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All positive days for me, man.
So what, if you don't mind me asking, was some of the key games that you keyed in on or that kind of set your weekend off?
Key games, started with the early morning games. I went with New York Giants +6.
Back it up to even like last Thursday. Just go from there. Kind of walk us through your week.
Okay. Who was the Thursday night game last week?
We had Baker May. That's what's his coming.
Oh yeah. We had Cleveland second half. Baker Mayfield shot out. He got in there. He did his stuff. And then also I hit that first half Jets, second half Browns. Hit that one to a T. Then we had some college on Friday.
Mm-hmm. College was that Memphis or?
Yeah, Memphis second half. They didn't cover first half. They covered the second half.
They covered the full.
Yep. Then Saturday was good. Ohio State first half full. We kicked ass on Ohio State, blowout winner. And Sunday, man, it was Giants. It was Arizona. It was Seattle.
Baltimore.
And Baltimore, man, hit that parlay.
I still don't believe in these Ravens, but I got to start peeking and seeing what
they're
going on. Ravens at the house, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about. You got to categorize these teams. Ravens at the house, they get an extra couple gold stars. Ravens on the road, if they traveling across 2 time zones, then you can say, all right, at Oakland, maybe not.
But see, what gets me is a lot of times the Ravens are that middle of the pack type of team. So how I bet, I gauge it on like, okay, I know which team. I kind of got a good feeling about which team's already going to win. So now I'm just fighting against the spread. But a lot of times in the Ravens games, you got to battle against, are the Ravens going to actually win this game? Yeah. And are they going to cover? So it's kind of like, that's why I kind of stay away from their games, because they kind of always in an evenly matched. Their spread's never going to be too high. Yeah. The competition level is going to be pretty evenly matched. But I mean,
for me, it was just. We know the Ravens play good at home. So Ravens at home, Denver doesn't really scare anybody on paper. Case Keenum, he's
Yeah, Denver more so defense.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, Denver's a good home team. You know, if you're gonna take Denver,
to
take
my point, everything that you're saying about Denver, you could pretty much say about the Ravens.
But
and they're at home.
But that's why you have to default to who's the home team.
Yeah.
Because the home team
no, you can't, because Minnesota was the home team, and look what happened to that home team.
Yeah, bro, it's not one size fits all. But and when you're taking about which games I want to take or not take, those are the things you're looking at. Like all the home teams, and then you look at potential for upsets. So even though Vikings were at home, you got to also remember the biggest spread on the board has not covered yet this season. So,
yeah, that 16.5 was kind of chunky, dog, and it had me a little spooked. I mean, I didn't take it. I took it in a parlay. I had like a lottery parlay.
Can we say, was it chunky in hindsight, or can we say it was just chunky overall? Because I feel like the Bills deserved that at the time that the game was handicapped. I saw them as 16.5 underdog.
If they still had Nate Peterman or whatever the hell his name was playing, then maybe the 17 is cool. But when they switched to Allen, that's a different story.
That's one thing, not to cut my man off, but slowly but surely, I'm learning to see that we got to get away from the ESPN, Fox narrative because they would have sold you down the river with Josh Allen shouldn't have been in there. He's regressing. They started Peterman because he wasn't ready for the NFL game, and lo and behold, he came out there and took the game over for the first half. So it's I go back. That goes back to what I say: trust what you see. Like because Mike G can see something, Mace can see something, I can see something. We could all be wrong.
Yeah.
Because you saw something that we didn't pick up on. So just let the narratives, release the narratives is all I'm going to say as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, you got to release the narrative. And you got to always remember, though, these are professional teams. Like, 16.5 is still a lot of points for a professional team. So even with a sorry quarterback or this or that, you got to still be careful.
It's not like college where the talent level.
These are still pros. These getting paid.
You're right about that
so
one.
they doing their stuff. So, yeah.
So what did we learn from last week just based on certain teams?
Man, I learned just stick with what you know. You know, I was able to identify a couple spots and smacked them on Ohio State. And on the Cardinals, I told you about them Bears.
I
told you about them Bears.
I told you about them Bears too.
Yeah, and they did not cover.
They didn't cover, but I mean they did. They started off sluggish. I'll attribute it. The ticket did go to the window.
Bing! Hey, Arizona.
But for future reference, bet against Arizona home or away. They did not score 8 points in the second half.
Yeah, they're nasty.
They're nasty. They scored 3 points, 0 points, 14 in the first quarter, and then nothing. So, like I said, if you're doing your homework, the smart bet, even though what happened on Sunday, they didn't cover, but it's 16 games, and I think they'll be on the non-covering side of the rest of these games.
I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care. We can't care.
They don't got to cover.
Hey, I don't care if they never cover for the rest of the season. Hey, I don't care if they don't ever cover again.
Go against the Raiders, go against the Cardinals, and go against, I want to say Indianapolis.
But you can't say that because everybody covers sometimes, and nobody covers all the time. So, I mean,
but
you just got to...
Out of 16 games, certain teams are only going to cover 4 or 5, so that leaves 11, 12 games.
Well, yeah. Well, hey, identify the 4 or 5.
I'm giving the people...
I mean, you still got to be careful even with that because, again, they might only win 3 or 4 games, but like the season before last when we were absolute trash, or like in Cleveland... They're good enough to stay in the game with you. They're just not good enough to beat you.
Right.
So they can have a bunch of they can lose every game this season. Average margin of loss could be 6 points.
And
3
FYI,
points.
for anybody who's just now tuning in or just now checking out the landscape, Cleveland, FYI, is not the same Cleveland as 2 years ago, as a year ago. So don't just go into it thinking that Cleveland's not going to come. This is a totally different team.
Yeah.
One of the best defenses in the league. They have talent on offense, and then they have a new infusion at quarterback who's got the team rallied up, and they're not that 1-15, 1-16 team is all I'm telling you before you just think they're a pushover.
I hear you on that, but I'm going to go 180 degrees the other way. I disagree.
Explain, please.
If they don't beat the Raiders this weekend...
They will beat them.
This is their last winnable game on their schedule, in my opinion.
Who, the Raiders?
The Browns. I think the Raiders will get some
The
more
Browns
wins.
won.
I understand. This will be the last one they get.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
If you go look at their schedule, bro.
Let me bring it up while you make your
ugly.
case.
It is ugly.
So we think
they're
it's
worse
ugly.
than all of the teams that we're going to play next.
So we think.
We'll see. We'll get to the Browns later and who they got this week. Another trap game from Sunday was that Sunday night, New England and Detroit.
It was a trap.
Dumb trap.
Depending on how you looked at it.
I said something about that.
Yeah.
You know,
But it wasn't a trap because I had the same similar type of game with Cleveland going into New Orleans, and I was driving home the point how Greg, I forget his name, knew the insides and outs of the Saints organization because he was their defensive coordinator, but my dumb ass forgot to apply that to Matt Patricia and the Patriots.
Yeah.
But
and they were playing good defense on Gronk. They were double teaming Gronk,
but
Brady didn't look good first half.
It was a combination of Matt Patricia knowing how to play Gronk and also the Patriots being handicapped by having no Edelman, Josh Gordon not out there. So all you have is Gronk, and teams go into the game knowing that, and they just handicap you because you can't do nothing else on the outside.
Right. So how'd y'all do? How'd you end up doing?
I got blindsided by the fucking the Vikings.
Yeah.
More anomaly type stuff. I think the Vikings was looking ahead to the
Hey,
Rams.
this nigga loves that word, anomaly.
That's how I get beat. You Ryan Fitzpatrick at 5 tubs for 100. The Bills coming from across the country, 16-point underdogs, winning by they covered the reverse spread. So it's like that's anomaly type stuff. And then I won't call this an anomaly. I got in the Tom Brady bandwagon.
Go ahead.
Tom Brady bandwagon, but I didn't take my own advice in saying that the coordinator knew the insides and outs. Had I applied that same principle as I applied to Cleveland, I would have been on the winning side. So y'all struck out for the weekend. Didn't do too many bets. I thought I had some secure bets that didn't really pan out. So
word.
All in all, I broke even.
Word. Okay.
I crashed and burned all week last week, and really it comes down to what are our 3 keys: bankroll, discipline, results.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I did the bankroll part. Mm-hmm. The discipline was out the window.
Yeah,
and so. Like I took way too much action, and when I went back and looked at it later, it's just that bored, nervous energy. I just be too into the live bets.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just looking at and I remember I was like got up early Sunday. I'm cleaning the house, doing all this other shit, and then I look up and it's like 9:52, and I'm like, oh shit, let me go look at the lines. Let me go check one more time. I'd have been better off watching the first quarter and taking a live bet at that point. Instead,
exactly.
I'm trying to piece it all together.
Because what do we tell the viewers? If you scrambling at 9:52 and the game come on at 10 o'clock,
you're tripping.
You should have already had on Saturday. You should have known.
Yeah, bro. I woke up bright and early.
But what happened was I was struggling. I fucked up Saturday, so I was just off of it. I wasn't gonna bet at all. Then I woke up like, no, I'm gonna bet. I still like some games, and really, I just see the thing is like with the Vikings Bills game is a perfect example. If you gotta be able to just keep it to one unit and jump out.
Yeah.
Because if you are thirsty, then you start pressing. So then you're taking Vikings live. Then you're taking Vikings second half. Then you're taking a last second live bet right before the fourth quarter, hoping they're going to close the gap, and they just ended up blown out.
Yeah. And this,
go ahead.
To your point about just being the bored, nervous energy, sometimes you might have a lot of money invested into a game. Say, for instance, your team is favored by 10. The other team scores first. So that kind of breaks up the flow of the game in your mind. But that you have to realize it's 4 quarters to the game. I got a bad habit of that, of getting down on my team that I invested in if things is not going right early. So to Mace's point, don't go live bet heavy or live second half heavy just because your overall goal, which is the full, in my case, is not going the way you want to go. Because, I mean, in the blink of an eye, like I think last week with before Baker Mayfield came in.
Yeah.
The Jets were up by 14.
What?
Miami, touchdown, 40-10.
Good
shit,
Scott.
I seen that.
The Jets were up 14.
And touchdown.
Vikings
touchdown. Not
Did they go to Diggs?
No, I went to Thielen.
59.
So what else is new?
Thielen.
But like I'm saying is don't get too heavily invested in bets that are first half, second half live because your full game bet train may be on schedule. It's ups and downs, peaks and valleys to the game. So
hey, I think we got a caller.
Don't get too nervous. Caller.
Who we got?
Mr. Telephone Man.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Who this?
Who we got on the line?
Oh, it's your boy Takeoff on the line.
Big dog, what it do?
Takeoff couldn't be with us today. He gonna call in. What's the deal?
Had to do father duties, man. Homework. Yeah, man. I'm just calling in, man. How y'all doing today, man?
We good, man. What's good with you?
Feeling good.
Just talking about last week's results.
Last week's results. How did they go for you guys? How did you guys picks go? I know.
Well, let me just tell you.
Last week.
College, I did cool, but the Vikings and the Patriots really messed up my Sunday. I
tried to tell him.
Winfrey on that one.
I tried to tell him.
I counted it all up. Sunday, I took 11 bets. I didn't need to take 11 bets. This is
but
terrible.
What was your percentage on them 11?
Though? I think I won 4 out of 11, and I started pressing at the end. So I could have just ate the fact that I was down like 200. Instead, touchdown Tom got this. 160 on Tom first half, crash. And then I think I threw another 50 in there trying to just hope catch something, but no.
Yeah, that was a Sunday night trap. But question for you, Takeoff, Mr. Eagle fan. You guys are traveling to Nashville this weekend, man. What do you think? What's going on this weekend? Y'all got to come see me and the squad. What's good? What you got?
We're coming to Cashville because it's all about the money. You're going to run through Tennessee. and we're gonna get the victory. Mariota, he can't feel his fingers. You guys don't know who's starting.
First of all, Mariota is starting, and he can't feel his fingers. He's getting his fingers. They doing all right now.
So the starting quarterback can't even basically grip the football, is what you're telling me.
Y'all did better with him not in the game. Ooh, right. Rams touchdown. They are not playing.
Yep. I'm definitely in on the Eagles this week against the Tennessee Titans. We also have a bet. We're not going to go there.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Let me get those 3 points. I think it's like a 3-4 point. We're a 3 or 4 point underdog.
Fans, and if the person is asking for points in a offsite personal bet, you can probably almost figure what's going to happen in that game.
What you mean?
Your favorite team battle.
Why is that not a straight up bet?
Because we're the underdog by 3 points. What do you mean?
In a non-Vegas bet, when does the points matter?
I mean, hey man, it matters.
I'm
a lot.
just messing with you. That's what y'all got going on.
But then we'll figure it out. So you said you got the Eagles this week, huh? Cover the spread.
Cover the spread, easy call.
All right, we're gonna see.
What else do you see for the fans, Big Dog? Because we know you kind of a homer with the Eagles. That's the obvious choice for you. But what else could you? What kind of advice could you get for the other people out there?
If you don't bet with a team that you think that's possibly going to win, don't bet with your heart, bet with your mind. Basically, that's about it. I just wanted to call in and check in on my guys, man. I wasn't there this week to tune in with you.
For sure.
We appreciate the support, bro. We'll get you back out here next week.
Hell yeah.
Most definitely. I'll be there next Thursday, man, you know.
All right, for sure, bro. Good looking on the call, man.
On the call. Once again, our number is 323-293-3375. That's a lot of threes, but call in, hit us up, give us your insight.
Call in. What'd you see this week? What'd you see last week? Let's talk to us, man. Also, we want to say shout out Morris Media again for having us.
Empowering us, for being behind us.
And again, follow us on IG. Follow us on Facebook. Some of you guys are watching the show live right now. We see you. Shout out. Shout out to all the supporters and followers, man. So y'all want to get to this week?
We want to break first, or we want to get to the week?
You want to take a break?
No, let's just go. We've been on for a couple minutes.
All right, let's shoot into it. What we see, which I like.
This week, man, that's a couple games I like on the menu, man. I think some teams are going to bounce back who had some bad weeks last week. Starting with the Patriots, man. They got the Dolphins coming in -6.5 right now.
3-0 Dolphins.
It dropped to 6.5. Then I'm scared about that.
Potential trap of the week, or
trap of the week?
Not of the week, but just a trap in general. I would say they 3-0. It's not like they coming in 0-3. Patriots are kind of wounded. We think.
Nah, I don't think they're wounded. Historically, Miami hasn't done good in Gillette Stadium. I think Tom has won like 6 or 7 in a row over them. I think, they're not going to lose 3 straight.
That's what we think. But what if Miami plays Gronk the same way because that's kind of the book now. Like double team him off the line, and let's see you throw it up top to
Josh
Gordon's going to play this week.
A pivotal role in this game.
Y'all got way more faith in whatever that means than I do.
You don't think Josh Gordon's gonna play,
bro? Every time we see,
I don't think he
doesn't play a lot, but when he plays, he produces every time.
Yeah, because if
I don't care
plays,
if he's out 4 years, he'll come back in and score a touchdown and be off another 5 games.
Yeah, because you can't double Gronk if he plays.
Yeah, you can't single cover him.
Yeah, you can't single cover him. He'll cook your best corner.
Maybe.
No, ain't no maybe.
Listen,
bro.
I know we don't see Josh Gordon play a lot of times, but I forgot who said this, but they put it perfectly. He's an unreliable off the field Julio Jones. So he has that type of talent, bro.
Yeah,
you got to account for him whenever he's on the field.
So y'all just gonna hope that he knows enough of the playbook to do.
He doesn't have to. He can be a decoy.
Man, it's not even that. I just think Miami isn't strong enough to go in New England and compete.
This Miami team is they 3-0, bro. You can't just sweep that 3-0.
Man,
They beat the Raiders.
We just said this. This is a professional game. They beat all professional teams. Is what they did.
They did that. So,
well, that's one of my picks, man.
I'm taking. Can't sweep that under the rug. I will take the Patriots too, but don't
get his picks off.
Yeah. Hey, so that's gonna be one of my picks. New England. Game number 2, I like. We got the Green Bay Packers hosting the Buffalo Bills.
I like that one.
-9.5 right now. Buffalo's coming off a big win in Minnesota. Green Bay's coming off a loss in Washington. I think they bounce back here at home. A-Rod, that knee's gonna be a little bit healthier. I think they'll be able to move the ball, and I think the Bills will revert back to the Bills, who they were, who we thought they were. And this is more of a reasonable spread. 9.5. That's way better than 16.5.
Nah.
So it's like, give me that. I wasn't really feeling the 16, but I'll definitely take the 9.5.
I don't know about first half. You seen how the Bills were looking in the first half?
Yeah, well, I don't know about first half yet either, but for sure, full game, give me Green Bay.
Full game Green Bay. Stay away from that first half.
And my third pick of the week is going to be the under on Seattle versus Arizona. Seattle always struggles offensively on the road. Arizona, they're gonna start the rookie. I don't know what he's gonna do against Coach Pete in that defense. So I don't think it'll be many points scored in that game. Right now, the under is currently 38.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and take under on that as well. So we're gonna go under New England and Green Bay. Those are my 3 picks.
Under New
Lock
England,
it up.
Green Bay.
That's a winning ticket. Put that in right there.
All right. I'm gonna give you my 3 if you don't mind, Rachel.
Go ahead, big dog. What's your 3?
Yours.
I like Detroit a lot to beat Dallas.
I'm with you in that car.
Now they are on the road. They're going to Jerry's World. A lot of things can happen down there, but I've been trying to say in this last 2 or 3 weeks, I think Detroit's a lot better than they looked after getting beat up game 1.
Yeah, because the Jets had their place. That's what that was. Mm-hmm. And then too with the Cowboys, they play in 100,000 seat stadium, and that tends to be a problem because when you have a game like that, 100,000 people are not going to be in that stadium just for the Cowboys. So a lot of times it might be 50,000 Lions fans, 50,000 Cowboy fans.
Right.
In turn, that leaves it not really being a neutral site sometimes, depending on who the Cowboys are playing, and not really a home game. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So again, depending on how well the Lions defense comes out to play, that'll be a big. You gotta stop Zeke. So if you can stop Zeke and make Dak throw the ball, it just doesn't look good. All the energy is bad for him as the quarterback right now.
Yeah.
So if it's going to become a shootout of Dak versus Matt Stafford, then I'm going to take Stafford all day.
Yeah, Dak sucks, bro. I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, but y'all need a new quarterback, man. And y'all shouldn't have cut Dez.
You shouldn't not need Dez.
Yeah, like he hasn't thrown for 200 yards yet in all 3 games. The offense is looking terrible. Zeke can't even do his thing because everybody's low in the box. I got to roll with you on Lions as well. I'm not rolling with Dak right now.
Bring back Dez as well.
What's your number 2 pick?
My number 2 pick is Chicago at home versus Tampa Bay.
Okay, what's going on there? What you see?
Basically, I see Khalil Mack beating the hell out of Fitzpatrick all day.
Now, is Fitzpatrick even going to start or going to go back with Jameis?
Yeah, they're going to go back with Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick is
they smart about it.
Sticking with the high hand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, again, the way he finished the Steeler game is why you got to stick with him.
At this point, you do him like they did Tyrod. Until he's just proven that he can't do it no more, you just got to leave him in there.
And, again, like, he's getting you big yards and big chunks. Like, he's willing to throw it up in a way that most quarterbacks aren't. You got playmakers. You got Mike Evans. You got D. Jack. You need somebody who's willing to just launch it. So that's what he does.
Jameis was launching it. He's just not as accurate.
He's nasty.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's launching it, but it's just a little bit different when he does it. I like him on long term, but for this week, going into Chicago, again, I think they're a good underrated team. So I think it'll be low score, and I think a -3 spread is perfect. But I like Chicago early on, and then my third pick of the week is Saints on the road to go smash the Giants to pieces.
Eli, you gonna go get on Eli?
The spread's only 3.5, but I think they're gonna win by at least 10 points.
Got that, bro. Drew's working into that zone portion of the season right at this point.
So you said Giants, on the road. Yeah, Drew's on fire. I like Giants. I like Saints.
Saints, Chicago, Detroit. That's kind of my 3 early on right now. I'm gonna give y'all a trap alert.
Mm-hmm.
Do not take the Chargers -10.5 or 11 against the Niners.
Because that's one of my picks.
Because this is how I'll let you get your picks off, but this is how it happens. CJ's in there now, no Jimmy G. Everybody's going to push all the money on the Chargers.
But what does that have to do with the talent that's going to be on that field on the green grass?
I'm just saying, man.
It's just sometimes the trap,
Like
you think such and such is out.
No, I understand that.
Everybody's going to load up on the Chargers and then bet there he comes in there and musters up 14, 17 points and they win 27-17 covered by a hook or some shit like that. And
I'll just stay away from him because I'm not about to put my fucking money on CJ.
Well, no. What's your picks? Why was you
the Chargers?
Why were you taking Chargers?
for obvious reasons, what I thought, but y'all just lay down some
Hey, man,
points.
you can't let us get you off your picks,
Yeah,
bro.
because last week, that's what happened to me. I did too much homework. That's the first time in history where I will say too much homework kind of affected some of my decisions. But I would have to say Chargers, 49ers are not giving me, with a healthy Jimmy G, if it was at the spread, I probably would have took this. So CJ Beathard, I'm not giving him that much more respect. It is a road game, and the Chargers are a good team, equally balanced on offense and defense. Mm-hmm. I see 13 or more margin in this game. And I like the Browns against the Raiders.
I like that game too.
That's an interesting game.
Baker Mayfield I think just based on what I saw last week, the flow of the game will be different because Baker is not going to have as many incompletions, many overthrows as Tyrod. Seemed like the team is just, even Jarvis Landry on down is just rallying around him in a different kind of way than Tyrod Taylor. And they are the top 5 defense in the league, and I'm looking in the Browns are the number 1 fantasy defense in the league. So they get a lot of pressures on the quarterback. They're averaging about 2 or 3 sacks a game, 2 picks a game, and they've gotten a forced fumble in every game. So I like.
Well, that. I don't like you. I don't like the Browns. I think this is a good spot to take the Raiders, man.
I don't, bro.
The Raiders have been in every game. They've been playing great in the first half of every game, and they just die in the second half. So I think they're going to be at home. You know, they're going to have the crowd behind them. The black hole is going to be lit. And Baker Mayfield is still a rookie. He's good. I'll give you that. He is good, but he's still a rookie.
I will say the crowd was behind the Saints when Browns went there and did what they had to do with them. And the
Raiders
lost. They lost, but they covered against a more talented team than the Raiders is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but this is a whole different situation. That wasn't Baker. That wasn't in Oakland. They not,
bro.
they
it's the harder task to me. I would think.
Yeah, you would think until you got to get on that plane and cross them time zones. And you
the Raiders will be in this game till halftime. The bottom's gonna fall out on schedule. Like the Raiders haven't indicated anything in these 3 weeks to make me think that they're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I mean you can't say that. They were beating the Rams at halftime. They were beating Miami at halftime. They were beating all these. They were beating Denver. They were beating Denver all the way.
Ended at halftime, they'd be undefeated.
And they didn't lose to Denver to the final seconds. So it's like
they're like a blind leading blind game. I
think you're undervaluing the Raiders here and overvaluing Cleveland.
I think I may be overvaluing their defense. What have the Raiders done to make me invest harder money in them is what I'm asking y'all. Besides nothing.
They fall hard for first halves.
I mean, you just got to look at
y'all would tell me fighting hard. Would y'all like fighting hard or taking a winning ticket to the window?
I'm like taking a winning ticket to the window.
Exactly. So
that's why I'm taking the Raiders this week.
Hey, Shorty can't eat no fighting hard.
Hey, that's why I'm taking the Raiders this week. I'm trying to take that winning ticket to the window. Matter of fact, we got a Raider fan in here. What's up, Raider fan? How y'all gonna do this week, bro? What you think, man? Get the W by 3. Y'all covering that spread? See? Come on, man. Boy, he's a fan, though. Hey, don't bet with your heart, viewers out there. You can't be.
You agree they're due, though. I mean,
but yeah, they're definitely due. They're definitely
due too, and the Cardinals not gonna get it. So these teams not gonna go 0-16, but they're not gonna break into the win column this week. I don't think.
Let Vegas put the money line high enough. I'm gonna take them. So Cardinals, I may take them every week that they're plus 300. Half a unit, it'll make me back 6 units or 4 units or whatever. Like,
well, bro, of the 16 weeks, you'll probably hit that twice.
Wow, only twice.
The money line means they have to win the game, not cover.
Yeah,
they're not gonna. The Cardinals are not gonna win. I don't know how many times they're gonna cover, but they'll win 4 games max this year.
Cardinals are not. Yeah. There's no way you guys think the Cardinals can beat the Seahawks.
No, I don't see it.
All right, we don't see.
Bro, you got to think. Let me tell you. Give me what they've scored 3 points. Or no, they scored 0 their first game. They scored 3 the second game. They scored 14 the third game, but that all was in the first half. So
they're building.
It's not a lot. I mean, it's not hard to build off that.
And you don't know how Josh Rosen's going to do. They're going with the rookie. He might come in there and light it up. He looks kind of poised, kind of calm.
So things we know: Seahawks are trashy on the road. They have no.
Bro, let y'all tell it. Everybody is trashy on the road, and everybody's good at the house.
If you take a look at it, a lot of teams.
No, it's not, bro. Because if that was the case,
all the middle of the pack teams struggle on the road because they putting it all together. That doesn't mean that the Bills. What did he call it?
The Eagles are going to beat the Titans.
Absolutely.
But
I'm not
it's
sure.
a road game for
I'm
me.
not sure.
Yeah, you can't compare the Super Bowl champs.
I'm just comparing home and road.
But
and
look,
y'all
let me tell
say
you
that
something.
doesn't matter as much.
Let me
as
tell
I
you
think.
something.
Y'all just skated by
to that point. Listen, to that point, the Titans could actually win this game.
No, they can't. Not this
We're
game.
only a 3-point underdog. Number one, we play way better at home. That's our thing. We got defense at home. We've only given up 4 touchdowns this year. We held Jacksonville bitch ass to only 6 points last week. They didn't even score.
Y'all beat them twice last year.
Yeah,
too,
we own them.
and they damn near went.
We
to
own
Super Bowl,
them.
so.
We own Houston. We owning everybody, and we'll own Philly this week if they not careful. Let Wentz get in there, bro. Our secondary is sick. Is sick right now. So, hey, don't sleep. That might be a trap of the week. Titans trap of the week. Watch that. You feel
We're gonna
me?
keep our eye on that one.
If the money line gets high enough, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, let me just tell you about what's going on in the live game right now.
What?
I got Miami's up 40-10 over UNC. I took Miami second half, so they're up 7-0 in the second half right now. They got the ball on the 1 yard line with 4 minutes left to go. So if they just go ahead and punch this in, touchdown. There we go.
There you
now
go.
I'm in the cover.
Okay, what's going on in that Rams? In that Rams, Minnesota. We got a Thursday night. Week 4 is officially underway. The Rams.
No snoozer tonight. This is a
No
barn burner.
snoozer. It's over like a mug. We are wrong on the page on that. We gave out the under. Sorry, guys. And it's way over. Looks like Rams got the ball right now. First and
50
10.
basically, yeah, 49.
Xavier Rose just went down, and
Come on, Cooper Cup.
Jared Goff
Cooper
is
Kupp
out
just
here
got to 11
scorching.
yards. Another catch.
Church.
So for fantasy points, he's got 9 receptions, 162 yards, 2
And 2
touchdowns. What does that equal out to right now?
Shit, in our
You know what?
league.
No, your league is fake.
Shout out to the 3
Shout
league.
out to the 3 league.
With the juice
And
points.
this 40 points. That Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, we got juice points.
Man, my quarterback threw for 25 points. What? Mine had 9,000.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, that's just how it goes down. But hey, let's see what time it is. Okay, it is 8 o'clock. We are going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back in just a minute. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, we're doing cool on time.
Yeah, it should be.
So what do we drop back into next?
USUHS is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and/or collapse.
Hey. And we are back for the second half of the show, man. We want to thank everybody who's tuning in again. And feel free to call in, man. The number's 323-293-3375. Again, 323-293-3375. Call in. We could talk everything sports, everything gambling.
Again, we are the Smart Degenerates, LA's top sports investors.
Top sports investors.
Shooting every Thursday.
This way.
You can catch us live 7:30 Thursday at Morris Media Studios.
Thank y'all for powering us.
Feel me?
Hey, shout out LA. Shout out Inglewood. Shout out
South
Central
Central,
business.
Compton, Santa Monica, all of LA. Also follow us on Smart Degenerates on IG. On Facebook, we are at Smart Degenerates. You can catch the show live there every
Twitter
Thursday.
page is coming too.
Twitter coming. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. For those of you who don't see the show today live, it will be up on our YouTube. I'm sorry, and Facebook for that matter. Tomorrow, Friday. Alrighty. Let's go. Second half. What do we want to get into now, fellas?
We can talk a little college. I want to get into that.
Oh yeah, college, man. We got some good college games coming up this week.
How you looking tonight? I know you.
Tonight we did give out Miami Hurricanes. That was one of our picks of the day. They are looking great, actually, 47-10. That's looking like a blowout winner. For those of you who are
18-point spread, easy.
For those of you who are tapped in with the Degenerates, we did give that out. Miami Hurricanes.
I'm going to give a special shout out to my boy Dedrick, who he took my advice and jumped in on that Miami second half as well. So, again,
I'm sure he loaded up.
Yeah, probably so.
Shout out Dedrick, man. Give us a call, bro. Hey, give us a call, bro. Hey, yeah, man. We've been doing all right, man, on these picks of late. We're going to lose the one today. That's on our page, but it's whatever. Keep following us.
Players fuck up.
Yeah, players fuck up. We'll keep winning. But yeah, let's get back to college, man. This weekend we got some great games. Starting this week, man. So again, we just hit on Miami. Another one I'm looking at is Alabama. First half, roll motherfucking tide. Roll motherfucking tide, man.
They got Lafayette.
They got you. Louisiana Lafayette score is
what's that first half?
It says 48.
48.5. So you got to figure the first half would be about 24, 20.
By like 28 or 30.
I'm taking it.
Roll motherfucking tide.
Hey, Alabama's the hottest team in college. Tua is the best player in college. That defense is legit.
The novice gamblers got to realize. Usually Alabama's a ground and pound team.
Run the ball. That.
This ain't your big brother's Alabama.
Yeah.
This
Texas
Alabama has a
trouble though.
I mean, Texas A&M is a SEC school with them same type of athletes and talent, but at the end of the day, quarterback who can put up 50 a game, like the SEC is not used to Alabama having a top flight quarterback, and once you give them that, they pretty much unstoppable.
Oh, speaking of Texas A&M, that was a winner for me on Saturday. Shout out, boom, boom, boom,
Church.
Texas A&M plus 26.
Yeah, they covered that.
That was a loser. They always want to go against me, man, and see where it gets them, man. He said that was a loser for me. I was a little spooked, I'm not going to lie.
It was close.
Bama second half, but,
that's
college, that last second touchdown, and boom.
That's why I can't take Bama minus 50 on Saturday, because what's going to happen when they do get up 30 first half? You know who's coming in.
That's why we just go first half.
Now
you can go full game because
Jalen's coming in to
Jalen's done.
He's not trying to give up his
eligibility.
He only played 4 games. He can only play 4 in redshirt.
But they said he still got 2 years of eligibility.
Yeah, so he might play the whole year out
season.
and just keep his 1 year. They did say that. But what I'm telling you, Mace, Louisiana Lafayette ain't Texas A&M. It's a long way from the SEC to I don't even know what conference.
And was Bama at home last week, or were they at Texas A&M?
They were at home. Texas A&M came in there and covered
Texas
that 26.
A&M had the same. Like you got to remember, the Texas A&M coach was the national championship coach of Florida State with Jameson and so he's getting that same kind of talent, same kind of everything.
Like he can coach him up.
He can coach him up, and he's been playing against Nick Saban and them. So Louisiana Lafayette doesn't have none of that. Expect them to be down by like 30, 35 at the half, which covers the 24, which will keep the train on schedule to cover the 48?
48.5. Yeah, I don't know about the 48.5, but I do like the first half.
Even 50-7 is still 43.
I see like 35-0 first half, 28-0 first half.
That first half is the lick.
Yeah, first half, Bama.
I told you last week about that Stanford.
Stanford. That was a great game,
that
too.
Was a great game, but
Oregon, Stanford.
Foresight, I couldn't have called that one. That was two evenly matched teams to me.
No, honestly, I almost took Oregon, and I was mad at myself that I didn't because they got out early, and I was like, damn, why the fuck I take Oregon? But then here comes Stanford, and sure enough, they came back, pushed that shit to overtime, and won and covered in overtime. Yeah. Shout out to Stanford. That was a good win for you guys. I don't know what happened with the Ducks. I almost took you guys, and you did not come through for the people. But yeah, maybe they'll bounce back this weekend. They got another good game. The Ducks are traveling to
who they got?
They are traveling to
Oregon's going to Cal.
Cal. They're going to Cal this weekend. They're 1.5-point favorite against Cal
Oregon
in Cal.
Is not the same Oregon, huh? Usually they used to be the heavily favored.
Yeah, no, but no more Mariota. You feel me?
Spread out.
No more Chip, no more Mariota. You know, everything's spread
out.
out.
Black Mamba.
Yeah, shout out to the Black Mamba. Oh, let's talk about this team. We got to talk about, man. I keep taking them every week and losing every fucking week.
Don't you even speak about that.
USC Trojans. What the?
I'm not even talking right now, bro.
Get them out of here.
I'm not even going to go into that, bro.
I cannot front.
They're the college version of the Steelers.
Bro.
Hey, USC, you guys are crashing me every week going back to last season.
Every week we said, bro, that we're just a name.
Money line team only. Fuck
Hey,
that.
I keep getting crashed on USC. Are they not going to cover ever?
No.
I almost got to just keep taking them because they owe me so much money.
It's that logic that's going to get you
I
like
gotta
on
keep taking it.
They might cover 1 out of their 10, bro. This is not that SC.
Oh, so let's look at SC. Last week they did not cover against who they play last week?
Oh, and this is a
Washington
road game too?
They played Washington State.
And then they
that was Washington.
It was Washington State.
Washington State.
Washington State.
They lost the game outright. Didn't they by 3 or something at the end?
I think
they won. They came back and won by 4. They won by 3 or 4. I think the spread was 5 or 6 or something like that, and they did not cover for me.
That, to you guys' point, was a home game, so I'm really not getting in that USC road.
Oh yeah, that was a Friday night game.
Let me just tell you how crazy. Oh shit, that was church. 47-10, right? So they up 14 in the second half. Miami right now.
Mm-hmm.
UNC had the ball on the 22-yard line, 50 seconds left. Mm-hmm. That almost always means here we are to like either push your second half or crash you and go for 2. They fumbled. Miami recovered. So we good. 15 seconds left. We'll go ahead and take that double victory. But again, that's how it can go in like the last 10 seconds. That's why I don't like a team like a spread like 48 for Bama.
Yeah, that last second touchdown. It's always tricky. Just to give you guys an update, we got Minnesota with the ball. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins just hit a pass to Stephon Diggs.
Did Thielen ever come out the game? What was up with him?
No, Thielen's good.
He's killing.
He's good. Yeah, Thielen's balling.
I know what his stat line was looking like, but they were
Kirk Cousins is balling. This game, any fantasy players you had in this game is looking great. Thielen, Diggs, everybody's balling, man. It was an overfed shootout, man. We were fucking wrong on this pick.
Diggs is out here in my fantasy, 11 catches, 123 yards. He didn't touch paint.
Yeah.
Then Cooper Kupp, we don't even want to get into him.
It's all good, but wait, hey, let's go back to USC for a second.
Yeah, sorry about
so this week they are in Arizona Wildcats. Their favorite to win by 3.5 points. It opened up at 5.5. Has since dropped down to 3.5. Do we think USC can go in Arizona and cover? Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
are they the favorite? Or are they?
Yeah, they're favorite. 3.5.
Oh no, I don't got them winning this game.
You think they're gonna lose to Arizona? Arizona has that good kid.
Why can't we say we think Arizona's going to lose to SC? We are a name right now, bro. We can't just say you think they're going to lose to Arizona. The team's just saying that about us. Ain't nobody scared of SC coming in.
Yeah, nobody's afraid of SC in that.
Not right now, because they got the true freshman quarterback.
Yeah. He's actually the good part of the team.
Nah, he's not looking great. He's not looking like...
He's looking cool, bro. You got to think, he's really a 12th grader. He skipped a year to come out.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what's hindering.
That's why for him, he's playing good to be really a 12th grader. So
like next year and the year after that, his sophomore, junior year,
what are we putting around him, though? It should be some juniors, sophomores, seniors in front of him.
Well, I mean,
but those juniors, sophomores, and seniors aren't going to say listen to this 17, 18-year-old kid
Yes,
either.
They are.
Maybe.
Yes, they are. What we need to do is start back paying people. Like, I know Reggie Bush messed that up for us,
start back paying people.
Bama, you said USC boosters, we need to step our game up like how Bama and Florida State and all these other schools are doing. We got the money in the back end to do it. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on as far as the payments. Let's get it back to the Dwayne Jarrett, Lindell White, Reggie Bush, all those days where we were stacking up players, and we know exactly how we were stacking them up. I don't care how we were stacking them up, but SC football program needs to be on par with the Rams, the Lakers. Who am I missing? The Dodgers. We got to get it back to prominence.
They'll get back. Just give him some time. Let this kid get some seasoning.
Get somebody's mama house.
Let him get some seasoning.
He'll be right.
No, because he's going to be that much better after he has a full season under his belt. So I think next year,
bro, we ain't been right since we stopped paying people.
Well, I mean, yeah, that set them back. You know, they lost a bunch of scholarships with that. That
set us forward too, though.
That set them back. They couldn't go to a bowl game. That deteriorated some athletes.
Pay the players. Keep the snitching to a minimum, and let's get back to prominence.
Nah, you crazy. Okay,
Alabama seems to have a tight-knit program.
Oh, okay. Looks like we got another caller. Caller, who we talking to?
We got Josh John on the line.
Oh,
There we go.
Jay
You
Steve's
finally resurfaced after that Patriot.
He was hiding. He would not show his face on
My
this
nigga was in
screen
witness
again.
protection program after they took that L.
Jay Styles, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Explain, please. Feel free.
Two losses in a row?
I am so sick right now.
Flabbergasted, huh?
What's on your mind? Why you so sick, bro?
Tell her why you mad, son. Tell her why you mad.
I'm gonna tell you guys. Listen, I really just don't understand what's going on. You know, I don't know if it's Tom. I don't know if Belichick is ready to hang it up. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I see. It seemed like y'all in shambles. You got Gronk almost traded this offseason. He's threatening retirement. You got Tom Brady and Belichick clashing. Like, what exactly is going on with that organization that 1-2?
I'm gonna tell you guys this. Last year we went 2-2. I'm not worried. We got problems, but I'm not worried. Remember, we just signed Josh Gordon. We got Julian Edelman coming back. Trey Flowers missed the last 2 games in concussion protocol. That's our best pass rusher. We're playing a division game against Miami. Once we get the win, we're going to get back in rhythm. But as of right now, we're struggling.
Let me stop you right there.
Doubling Gronk right now, so we can't move the ball. Hogan is a joke. He's finally being exposed. We're going to figure this thing out.
Now, you speed bumped over something I think you should have drove slower over, bro. You came across Miami and you just said y'all going to bounce back against them. I don't think that to be so walk in the park and leap true because Miami's 3-0. How do you feel that game is going to go on Sunday? Is it going to be a bombing? Is it going to be a shootout? Is it going to be a dogfight? Realistically, what do you think the Patriots are going to do and how are they going to fare in that game?
Let's give a moment of silence to the Miami Dolphins.
Moment of silence.
I hope that's not a homer pick, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm not going to lie, Steez. I'm taking y'all this weekend. I was doing my homework, and I see here that Miami does not do well in New England. They always go up there and get cracked. So I'm going to go with the history here. I don't think you guys will lose 3 games in a row. I think I like you guys.
What they cover is the question, though.
Yeah, I think they cover. I think they're going to win by 10 to 14 points here. Chalk it up. What you say to that, Steez?
I mean, I think we're gonna cover. I think we're gonna show off on Sunday. I think Josh Gordon is gonna be active in the lineup. That's gonna help Gronkowski not being doubled.
Right. That's big for you guys.
A lot is contingent on that.
Yeah, because with him back, you can no longer double Gronk, and because he's a matchup problem out there. So I think getting him back, getting Edelman back, you guys will actually be fine. You guys will be fine for sure.
Edelman doesn't suit up this Sunday. He suits up next Sunday. Also, you guys got to remember, our last 2 losses were on the road. We have the best record in the National Football League in the past 12 years at home.
At home, yeah.
Foxborough. So you can't bet against Brady at home. I don't care who we play.
Yeah, I'm in with you on that. That's going to be my 5-star pick of the week. Patriots -6.5. Lock it up.
5-star pick of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be my 5 stars. You heard it here first.
Guys, I know you guys are live right now. We got millions and millions and millions of viewers tuning in right now. But are you guys noticing this game that's live right now?
Yeah, we're following it right now. 31-38 Rams. We just got a field goal from Minnesota.
Jared Goff is the next Tom Brady, guys.
Here we go.
He's a little bit more than that.
Slow down.
No, you know what I will say? I will say to that, if he can stay with Sean McVay, because Sean McVay is the one who's the mad scientist here. If he can stay with McVay in that system,
he'll be almost as good as Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is another one.
Who's got Patrick Mahomes right now?
That's Rasher.
Bro, come on.
I'm taking
Are you telling me
Patrick Mahomes?
All right.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Exactly, bro.
I've seen more
crazy.
tape.
I don't know about that. Mahomes is looking nice,
bro.
Let's check in with Mahomes about.
I mean,
10.
but it's both.
Hey,
they're
Mahomes,
both.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to Mile High Stadium this weekend. Let's see how he looks.
Yeah, it's early.
Let's see. This is gonna be Mile High Stadium's first time seeing him, though. Like, come on.
I think it's early for both of them.
He's throwing it to wide open receivers
because they're both in great systems.
They're not wide open by accident.
But look at Goff though. Look at his receiving core.
I'm not saying he's just not better than Mahomes. They both. Killers.
I mean, they're both in good spots in good systems with nothing but talent surrounding them all. So it's hard to say who's better than who.
Nah, really, bro. Who would you pick up as your quarterback if you was putting the team together? That's how you would say it. And I was like Mahomes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, right now he's looking a little bit hotter, but I mean, Jared Goff's got 500 yards right now, 5 touchdowns. He's got 5 and 5 right now. But I mean, hey, we'll see though.
My man's got 13 tubs, no picks.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
Not his rookie year.
Hey man, I didn't touch the field last year because y'all tried to give Alex Smith.
So you got a whole year to watch and see what's going on.
To watch, not to play.
That's like saying Aaron Rodgers was a rookie when he played his first year.
He was.
He was in the league 3 years
Listen,
already.
guys.
Oh, that's different because he didn't play after 3 years.
Listen. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have film yet. Jared Goff did this last year. He did very well last
There
year.
you go, Styles. There you go, Styles.
Hey, after 3 games, I think they got enough film on you. You got what 90 minutes worth of film on this man already. And his 13 tubs with no interceptions.
I'm just telling you, Andy Reid does this every year.
Yeah, Andy Reid though.
Out in week 6 because they start figuring out.
He doesn't have
this. He's gonna do that.
I understand history, but this is his first year with Mahomes as quarterback. So I understand every other year, but he ain't had Patrick Mahomes back there.
All right,
that's the Alex Smith's Chiefs.
I understand what you guys are saying, but I'm telling you, Jared Goff is next Brady. I'm watching this game right now. I'm seeing the throws that he's making. I'm seeing the pressure he's getting against a top-ranked defense with Minnesota. Like, I'm seeing what he's doing. This kid has it.
He has it.
Hey, man. Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing the exact same things. Is he not?
No.
Yes, he is.
No, Jared Goff hasn't thrown 3 straight interceptions bouncing my people's heads.
But Jared Goff also hasn't thrown for 400 yards plus 3 straight games.
He needs to do that. He has Todd Gurley. You're measuring stats.
I'm just measuring pure talent. That's why I said take everybody off their teams, and just as a pure football player, who would you pick up first? If you was picking teams, then you have to.
You're not going to pick Fitzpatrick over Goff, though.
No, but I'm going to pick Mahomes over Goff. Easy, eyes closed.
I mean, it's early.
Eyes closed, bro.
It's early.
I can't get on that boat with you, bro. I hear you.
I think it's still early. It's still early on. We got to see how this
you got to come
goes.
to the party and help the DJ set up, man.
Yeah, we'll see we'll see how it all shakes out, man.
This game is about to go to the wire, bro.
Yeah, this game.
Put it back. They should go for it on 4th down. Keep the ball. Keep the chains moving.
Yeah,
you got Todd Gurley. Just go for it.
Yeah, that's true too.
You don't want to give the Vikings the ball back with a chance to beat you with a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. What else? Any other games you want to speak on, Styles, from this week? What else did you notice this week?
What you see, big dog?
From this week, I mean, Big Ben. You can't count out Big Ben.
You can count him out, bro.
I think they don't need Le'Veon Bell anymore.
That was another winner for me.
You sound crazy.
That was another winner for me.
James Conner don't got it.
Pittsburgh.
Who they play?
Pittsburgh beat Tampa.
I don't know about that. Pittsburgh secondary is pretty butt.
Bro, we just watched that game on Monday.
This week they got
the Ravens.
Ravens.
If they got the Ravens, then that's it. Yeah, I'll take it Pittsburgh. Ravens are not it, bro.
They were last week.
But they bro. Like I tell people, like that's what it is too. We are earlier in the season, so we only played 2 or 3 games, so everybody's amped. Or we got these. A lot of these narratives will be different by week 7 or 8, and I don't think by 7 or 8 weeks will be.
No, the narrative
with the Ravens car.
With the Ravens, the narrative stays the same. They play better at home.
Bro, I've heard you. I said that about every team.
Every team does play better at home.
Some teams, it doesn't matter. They're universal, bro.
No, bro.
If we were going on the team, every team plays better at home. We wouldn't have got cracked with the Vikings in the.
I didn't get cracked on the Vikings.
I'm just saying whoever did got cracked because somebody was on in that along with that narrative that Vikings at home, and Vikings at home wasn't it.
Suspicious of 17 points. If the Steelers were a home favorite by 17 this weekend, I would say.
And to counteract your point,
the Steelers would never be home favorites by 17. Is what I'm
counteracting. And to counteract that,
for it to be a 17-point spread, it had to get like that for a reason. Nobody just roll out of bed and handicapped it at that.
No, but the thing is, the Vikings do play better at home. Mm-hmm. And that's just a fact. So,
but listen, guys, while we're talking about all this Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff stuff, look at Kirk Cousins tonight. What about Kirk Cousins on Sunday against Buffalo?
Kirk Cousins, I'm looking at the stats right now.
Kirk Cousins was at home, so he played.
Hey, bro, Kirk Cousins right now is 34 for 48, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Kirk Cousins is what he did
in Washington. He couldn't give you
no. That's not what he did in Washington.
In Washington, this is what he would do. He'd have a
good
game.
That's a week 3 statement, bro. In week 7 and week 8, 9, 10, you're gonna see everything pans out, and Kirk Cousins is gonna be looking all right. We just going.
I like Kirk Cousins as a quarterback.
I do
too. He's nice.
I made a case for him.
I don't.
Earlier in the season. But
why don't you? What doesn't he do?
He's not consistent.
Why don't you like him as a quarterback?
Yeah, he's not a winner. He's not a winner.
But he throws for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, but
he will do that for you.
Did he ever win a playoff game in Washington?
Thank you. Exactly. What? So he's thrown for 4,000 yards with a nasty ass team. What
win something? Why are you crowning him?
He will this year because he has a better team, bro.
Really?
He's not going to win any playoff games this year.
Really? Because right now they're on par to go 1-2-1. So,
like I said, you can't measure teams after 3 weeks. We can say a lot of team seasons over or such and such after 3 games. After 10 games, then we'll revert back to what he's going to do or not.
Yeah, I think Minnesota took a lateral step bringing in Cousins.
Cousins is better than Case Keenum
and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not Aaron Rodgers, but Alex Smith.
That's crazy.
I don't know if he's better than Alex Smith.
Yes, he is, bro. Alex Smith is a game manager.
I feel like now you're using old tropes. He's
always been a game bro. 49ers ran the ball, play defense, and don't fuck up Alex Smith.
Since he went to Chiefs, he's been a lot more aggressive in terms of throwing the ball around.
Because he has Tyreek Hill.
So
you would be too.
Whatever the reasons are, he has them.
But he's still with them. That it's a difference with Patrick Mahomes with Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and the weapons, and Alex Smith with them. And we're seeing that difference. Same weapons. Yes, we are, bro.
I haven't seen the difference. I feel like we're being prisoners of the moment.
We're not. It's gonna pan out after, like I said, once we get to week 7 through 10. You can say prisoner of the moment, and I may be a prisoner of the moment in week 3.
Looks like we got another caller.
We got one more call before we get out of here. Who we got?
It's Jay Styles. I'm back in.
Back again. That's that bad reception. What's up, bro?
Hey, I'm just listening to the chatter. I'm just listening to this.
Nah, but you the caller, man. You got the floor. You got the floor, man. Hey, so tell me right now, New England, you guys going back to the Super Bowl or what?
Guys, it's week 4 for Christ's sake.
Hey, that's just a yes or no.
Hey, good answer, man.
Are we going back to the Super Bowl?
You can't definitively say that, though.
Yes, the AFC runs through us.
Hey, man,
it
runs through Saxonville right now.
Listen. Guys, listen. Mace, you've been quiet the whole time I've been on the phone. I know you're scared of me. Listen, the entire National Football League is based with the NFC. Okay? It's the NFC. The NFC runs the National Football League. But in the AFC, New England still got it.
Yeah.
And you guys know it.
Y'all better not catch a third L this week. That's all I know.
Yeah, y'all better not, Mace. Steez. I'm rocking with you guys.
Yeah, Miami, the undefeated team.
Mace, who's your team again?
Niners.
Mace, I don't want no comments. Just tell me the team name.
49ers.
Mace, don't talk the rest of the evening.
The rest of the evening.
The rest of the evening, we only got 3 minutes, Steve. We only got 3 minutes.
That's fine. That
nigga
said, don't say nothing. 120 seconds.
That nigga stupid.
The Patriots wish they could be as good of a historical franchise as the 49ers.
Hey, man, the Patriots is looking like the 49ers right about now. Sitting up here at 1-2.
I don't remember any rumors about 49er players deflating footballs, stealing signs from the parking lot, and whatever else the Patriots
Aaron
do.
Donald.
Whatever it takes.
Damn. You're like an old grandpa, mate.
Hey. Oh, shit. Aaron Donald with the fumble recovery.
Aaron Donald with the fumble. Mm-hmm. Looks like
53 fantasy points.
It looks like the Rams just recovered a fumble with 30.
Is there a chance they'll kick a field goal, or is that no way?
That's it. They just got a first down. They only got 2 timeouts.
If Minnesota had one more timeout,
it's Todd Gurley time. It's Todd Gurley time. Smart degenerate world. If you guys have the Rams tonight, you guys are winning week 4.
Well, actually, honestly, right now the game is at a push.
It is.
It was +7. It was +7 Minnesota 31-38. So you're pushing.
But you bought Minnesota.
But I did buy that half a point. You feel me? So I actually have 7.5. So I'm actually looking not too shabby, honestly. But if you had that over, you cruised all night. I'm gonna take an L on the under. I'm gonna hit the half a point. I'm gonna push on another line. I got it at flat 7. And I think I'm going to hit Minnesota's second half in the under. Yeah, if they just need out. I think we're going to be good to go. Yeah, I think they are. So, yeah, that's it. So that's going to conclude us. Hey, Steve, thanks for calling in, bro. Thanks for calling in, man. Hey, you got to get back up here next week, bro. You coming in or what?
Yes, sir, guys. I'll be back in here very soon.
All right, man.
Even if the Patriots
all right, bro.
lose,
Good looking. Good looking on calling in, bro.
Smart Degenerates, good night.
Hey,
All right, man, take it easy.
Squad. So, before we get out of here, we want to just say our thank yous again, Morris Media, to the viewers out there, to our Raider fan in the building, Urbane. What's up, man? Good looking coming through, bro.
Okay.
Hey, and everybody out there tuned in on Facebook Live and Morris Media Live. You're tuned in to Smart Degenerates. Again, follow us on IG, follow us on Facebook, and that Twitter is coming soon. We got merch coming soon. Anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, you pretty much covered it, big dog.
We out. We appreciate it.
We are out. Hey, week 3 is in the books. We're going to week 4. Tune in to the IG for the picks.
In at 9:52 when the game starts at 10 o'clock.
Church.
Squad.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African-American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.